Hello and welcome to Bay 1, this is Drafalmoraxi bringing you an update or a live overview of the latest Robocraft patch, which is tanks are rolling out. It's not the most imaginative name. Patch version is 0.7.894. Yeah, well, let's take a look at exactly what has changed. So there's actually a lot of stuff that's gone on into this particular patch. You'll find that it's not just the tank tracks that have been introduced or the Tesla Rams, but they've changed and overhauled the entire physics system to allow that to work. So let's see if we can get into a few of the details. The Caterpillar tracks are available for tiers 3 to 10 with anywhere from 3 to 9 connection points on them. You've got, they are slow speed, they're very heavy, but they also have a lot of hit points, more than legs supposedly. Tesla blades are only available from tiers 8 to 9. They're a secondary weapon and can be mounted alongside other weapons, but they are very easy to strip off and susceptible to damage and all of that stuff. They do 2 times the damage of a railgun, which that's kind of insane, but given that they're that easy to strip off, we'll have to see how well that actually works. They can be healed quite easily. Yeah, that's it for those side of things. The hero bonus. Now, if you die and your team wins and you're still in the match spectating, you actually get all of the RP that you would have otherwise won if you'd have stayed alive as a hero bonus type thing. So doing that, sacrificing yourself for the team, like stopping an enemy cap on your own, actually now pays off, or supposedly it does. We'll see. You can now remap your own keys, which is cool. RP rewards overall have been reduced by 25%. Yeah. Well, that will make sense with the fact that you can, technically you're going to be earning more RP overall. 2 new robots, which we can take a quick look at those instead of staring at this dumb screen. We've got this, which is a tier 3 tracks. It's a pretty cool look. You can see where you've got a connection point on the side there. Oops. A connection point on the top and a connection point on the other side. It looks like you've actually got left and right treads, so we'll see about that. And they've got these little spiky things which were on the dwarf bot, but it looks like they're going to be a recurring theme. And the other one is the Tesla Dart. Looks to be some kind of hovercraft at tier 7. It's got a lot of rams on it. Obviously it probably needs them. Yeah, interesting designs. Although this uses nanos, but yeah, it gives nanos certainly a way to defend themselves that's more effective. So yeah, we'll see just how well this works. There's nothing else in here other than you can no longer buy the dwarf bot. The Yogcast bot is, or whatever one this is, this American robo thing is still there. But yeah, we're getting off track. Let's take a look at the tech tree. Find out how much all of this stuff actually costs. Oh yeah, tier 1 thrusters have been reintroduced, so you might be able to rebuild your tier 1 flyers, but things have got a lot more mass, and the delta between different tiers has been retweaked, and the hit points between different items have been narrowed a little bit. So that's to try and help people that are off tiering or out tiering, like taking a tier 6 gun into a tier 3 battle. It helps to reduce the effectiveness of doing that. And it will also mean that if you're stuck as a tier 9 against a tier 10, you might actually stand more of a chance. It'll definitely make boss battles more fun, because they were a little bit one-sided if you had a platoon of bosses against a lot of low levels. But yeah, so tier 3 thrusters, they cost 3. Obviously I've got ridiculous amounts here, so I can just buy stuff. The tier 3 Caterpillar tracks cost 20 T3 tech points. Let's unlock those. The tier 4s. So wait a minute, these are... no, they are only one side. So it must be the way that you must be that you flip them around to get the mounting point on the top there. Okay. That makes more sense actually. 26 for the tier 4s. 34 for tier 5s. 43 for tier 6s. 53 for tier 7s, blah blah blah. 65 for tier 8s, 80 for tier 9s, and 89 for tier 10s. Look at the actual robot ranking on this, 366,000, that's what I mean by stuff's been retweaked. CPU load is 48 petaflops, armor is 26,000 armor on that. Let's actually unlock that and compare it with a spider leg, which tier or walker leg, you're looking at 22,000. So in reality, it's not a huge amount more. You're talking a fair percentage though. But you can compare that to your typical hoverblade, which is 10,000, so it has over double, like 2.5 times the amount of hit points as a tier 10 hoverblade. Way more than thrusters, so yeah, they will certainly need it. And aerofoils, yeah, they still have relatively low hit points compared to those. Yeah. So, is there anything else that I need to unlock here? Oh yeah, the Tesla Rams. Let's take a look at these. So, armor, 4,000 armor. That's a lot more, 5,000 and 7,000. So that's a lot more armor than I was really expecting. If you can get those into low tier battles, that would be interesting. Although when you're talking about the damage that one of these does, it's 4,000 damage in a single hit. So 2 hits will strip one off, pretty much, with similar tiered SMGs. So they are 22 P-flops, 24 and 26. So you can fit a good number of these on there, and they're heavy but not that heavy. So let's get these unlocked. 67 for the tier 8s, 82 for the tier 9s, and we have 91 for the tier 10s. And now I've got to go and buy all of this stuff, which I've only got 3.3 million RP, so we'll see if I have enough. Come on. Hey, hey. Hand. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bug. Cube Depot, whatever you want to call it. Depot. Yes. Where are we? Movement, that's where we go. So we're talking about 106,000 for the T10 tracks compared to 98,000 for the T10 legs, compared to 89,000 for rudders. So they're definitely the most expensive item out there, but given the hit points, that's not a surprise. CPU load 48, CPU is 46, so CPU's around the right amount. Compared to hoverblades, it's 29, so, but they're also a hell of a lot bigger, so, Alright, let's buy 1, 2, 3, 4, we won't be able to use all of these. I've got to bankrupt myself just on these. Okay, so I can buy 4 of each and still be at less than 1 million. That's better than I was expecting. And let's go to weapons now. And same with the Tesla Rams. So 101,000. So they are comparable with T10 disruptors or other T10 weapons, actually a little bit cheaper. But given the hit points, 7,000 hit points as opposed to 18,000 or 18,000 for those, 18,000 for plasma or for SMGs, 18,000. So yeah, hit points are less than half. Let's buy 4 of each of these. I can easily see myself needing to buy way more of these damn things. So buy 1.6 million. Woo. And anything new in the cosmetic shop? Nope, still can't buy those spiky things. Kind of sucks. Okay, so the next part is going to be, that's basically all of those items. Actually, let's switch to my Bay 1, which currently is empty. Sadly, it's just got some masky things in it. And let's see if we can place all this stuff in the bay so you can actually get a comparison of all the sizes. Holy shit, these things are big. And you can't just mount them like this, it doesn't, that's annoying. Wow. Okay, so the connection points on this, you've got 3 on one side, 3 in the center, and 3 on the other side. And they are evenly spaced. Let's just check the blocks across here. Okay, so they're all evenly spaced, that's cool. And let's get all of the other tracks and line them up next to this. Actually, I'm going to need to move this over so we can fit everything in. How wide is this thing? It's 5 blocks wide. Ooh, interesting actually. Can I gain this? Aha, you can fit them outside of the width of the bay. Interesting. And yeah, this is an old school trick in terms of making your bots as wide as possible. There we go. Let's put a pilot seat on that just for the laws. No, I can't mount a pilot seat directly to it because it's outside the width. Haha. I should be able to mount a pilot seat on top of here though. There we go. That makes things amusing. Ah, I see. So it's only mounting... You can't force it to mount back further. It'd require a little bit of work to make it go where you want. A little bit disappointed that there's not more size variation. But there you go, that's all of the tracks in terms of size. And now let's get the Tesla Rams on here. Or blades, whatever we want to call them. That's the T10s, T9s, and T8s. And take this into practice mode just to see how this works in terms of physics. So B, the button, no, it's E now, okay. So it's E to bring up the game mode, and to do practice, the button hasn't changed, but it's no longer B to bring up the game mode. Let's practice. Oh shit, I forgot to take that little sign off, didn't I? What a moron I am. Sorry, dudes. That's... I'm probably going to have to redo this entire video. I'm sorry. Ooh. Too excited with testing stuff out. My bad. Yeah, so you've been watching the Bay 1 logo go over the screen all of this time. I really have to apologize for that. That was my bad. Oh, the tracks are pretty responsive. Considering this is a completely ridiculous design, they actually work quite well. I have no idea how I'm going to RAM anything with this, so these Tesla RAMs are completely useless as it currently stands. Actually, let's see if I can get one of these hovercraft. Can't jump. No, way too high. That sucks. But yeah. Well, this is going to be a really sucky video for anyone watching. Oops. But yeah, that's basically the patch, and now I'm going to go away, hang my head in shame, and yeah, hopefully not screw up in future. And hello Electro Jake, thank you for watching. I will be back in just a second with just a live stream of me testing all of my different bots, because I want to see how the physics actually changed, but I don't want to put that into this video. So yeah, hang around and I'll be back in less than a minute.